Good morning. Welcome to Dr. Mount's Kitchen. Today we're going to make some deviled eggs, some loaded deviled eggs. And so I have for you in a pan here already, I've got my eggs, you can see them there. But I'm going to cover them with water. And you need to cover your eggs when you're boiling them with at least 1 inch to 2 inch above. It's according to how many eggs you got in the pan. If you got a lot, then you probably want about 2 inches. If you got 6 to 8, probably about 1 inch above the eggs. So we're going to add the water and we're going to put them on the stove, and I'll be right back to show you some more tips. So I have my eggs on the stovetop. Now some people say that if you put 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of vinegar, that it will keep them from cracking. So we're going to do that, and it also makes them not bleed out or anything like that from cracking. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to cover them with a lid, and we're going to bring them to a rolling boil. So they got to be really boiling. Then we're going to turn them down to simmer. Now, if you got a stovetop that really holds the heat, you can just turn them off and let them sit. And we're going to turn them to simmer and let them cook for 12 minutes. If you let them go too long, you'll see that your yolks turn a little green. That means you cooked them a little too long, and I know we've all seen that when you have boiled eggs and you open up and the yolks look a little greenish. Then you cooked them a little bit too long. So this should be about right. So we're going to do about 12 minutes. After it comes to a rolling boil, you'll turn it down to simmer and let them sit on the stove for 12 minutes. So I'll be back with you in just a minute with some more stories and helpful hints. Okay, it looks like my eggs are doing a rolling boil. So I'm gonna turn it down to simmer now and cover them again and let them set about 12 minutes. So I have to tell you, it's a story. We grew up on the farm, as I had told you, and on the farm we had chicken houses and we had layer houses, so we had to go and pick up these eggs. And our chickens weren't in cages or anything, they were around in a chicken house, kind of open. But anyway, they would lay in their nest and everything. And so I was very young, like a baby, when they had chicken houses built, my mom and dad. And so when it was cold outside, I would ride on this little egg cart. Mom had me on this monorail kind of cart. And when it was really cold, she would go get eggs out from under the hen, and she would let me hold them in my hands so my hands would be warm. That was the sweetest thing ever. I know my mom loves me more than she does my brother and sister, just because of those kind of actions that she never showed them. But anyway, that's also another reason I wash my eggs before I do anything, because I know where all these eggs come from. And so I always wash my eggs thoroughly before I actually scramble an egg or anything. I just don't take it out of the carton. I still wash it. It's back from the old farm days, and I remember all those things. Okay, my eggs have boiled. I'm finished letting them sit, and 12 minutes is up. So I've poured the hot water off, and now I put some just normal, regular cold tap water, but I'm going to put them in an ice bath, which will help them actually peel a little better and not come apart. So the ice bath is supposed to help them. Let them sit here in a minute. Now you can also crack your eggs around. So I've heard things you can crack your eggs a little bit all around, like the shell, and that helps them peel a little easier, so they come out nice and clean and not start coming apart. Also, if you have very fresh eggs, like just got them from the store, they're probably going to peel apart a lot easier. So if you do, like if you're getting ready for Easter and stuff like that, or whatever your occasion, family reunion, you're making your eggs, you may want to get them a week ahead of time, about a week ahead of time before your event. And that way they're a little bit older, they don't come apart as easily. So anyway, I'm gonna let these sit in the ice bath, probably about 5 minutes or so, let all the water kind of melt out. And then we'll begin to peel our eggs and begin to crack them to make our loaded deviled eggs, okay? And I'll be right back. Okay, I think our eggs may be ready to peel, so let's start trying to crack. I've already cracked them a little bit and let them set in the water as well. So we're gonna do that. Looks like they're coming out nicely. Yep, looks perfect. So I'm gonna continue to peel my eggs, and then we'll get back to making them. So now I'm gonna start around my eggs. Now I do this an old-fashioned way. They all came out pretty good and shelled really well. So I'm gonna cut around and then I'm gonna get my yolk out. I'm gonna dump my yolk. Look how pretty the yolk is. I don't know if you can see, but it's nice and yellow. It's not green. Put it in here and put my shells back in there. And I'm gonna continue to do this, and then we'll show you how to mix them up and make loaded deviled eggs. Okay, I've got all of my yellows here and my yolks here, and I'm gonna start making the deviled egg part and the loaded part. So first I have 3 tablespoons of mayo that I'm gonna put in here. Now you can add more mayo if you like more mayo. That's according to you and your taste. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add a little bit of mustard, and this is like a teaspoon, maybe a half a teaspoon of mustard. You don't need too much mustard, just a little bit of mustard. And here comes your loaded part. I'm putting 2 tablespoons of ham bits, and you can get these in your grocery store. So ham bits. And I'm putting a teaspoon of bacon crumbs. So bacon crumbles are in there. And then I'm adding a teaspoon of grated Parmesan cheese, a teaspoon of grated Parmesan cheese. And I am going to mix this all together, and then we'll start plating our deviled eggs. Okay, so now we are ready to start stuffing our loaded deviled eggs. And so I've mixed it all together. The yellow looks great. I'm gonna just put them on my little tray here, right there, and continue to do this all the way around. So this is gonna be delicious, and it's always good when you've got family reunions. Well, I'm gonna continue to plate these, and we'll finish them up at the end. So look how beautiful these are. So I did sprinkle some paprika on top, and I put a few more bacon crumbles, and I made a little bed of lettuce with pickles, because some people like pickles with their deviled eggs. I don't, so I don't like pickles in my deviled eggs, but some people do. So if you're taking them somewhere, this is an option where they can put a little pickle on top as they eat their deviled eggs. But they are going to be delicious. Those bacon bits and everything on there. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, so good. Thank you for watching.